Halliburton, that quick release in a 4-point game pushes it back to 7. Under 3 to go. Brunson off the miss. The scramble and then the kick ahead. Woo! Siakam on the way to a playoff career high 39 points, and Halliburton and the Pacers fired up, but they keep their composure because you know New York will continue to swing. Brunson drains the 3. 5-point game. 5 again. In the lane. It rattles home. The deficit is 3. After some clutch free throws made by Nesmith, Tibbs and the Knicks had a timeout. They don't call it. Tim Legler explained why he didn't like that. You see the miss from Brunson, the rebound from Miles Turner, who makes the free throws. And afterwards, Ty Halliburton and Katie George, who lead 2-0.
Ty, different ending, same result. Yeah. You guys were up by 10. They were able to cut it to 1. What did you think of just the poise and composure you guys showed to be able to pull this out?
Yeah, man, all it's about is winning games, finding ways to win. Pascal was huge for us, man. He's unbelievable. You know, we had so many different guys step up, make big plays. Yeah, man, total team effort. Really proud of this group.
Pascal was so aggressive at the start. When did you know he was going to have a night like this?
Oh, man, he had like our first 7. And, you know, we just knew he could get it going. We kept running plays for him. He's making shots, and, yeah, it's a big win.
You had 14 points, 11 assists. How do you decide or know what the game needs from you on a given night? Because it's different.
Yeah, well, I was trying to be aggressive, trying to make the right play. I stunk it up, but we had so many different guys contribute. Like I said, a total team effort. Really proud of this group. And, yeah, it's a big deal. It's take 2 here. You know, now we got to do our job, protect home court.
You get in an environment like this where there's so much noise and so much going on and so many distractions. If you allow yourself to be distracted, you know, we always talk about, you know, let the noise and all this other stuff be something to help trigger a narrowed focus on your teammates, on your job within the team, and so, you know, we had some success doing it in the first couple games. You know, going home is going to be a different kind of challenge.
Yeah, maybe, but you're up 2-0, and after New York went to Boston and took the first 2 games of the last series, they now lose on their home floor twice. Indiana's the first visiting team to do that to New York in the Garden. It was the magic of Nesmith from 3 and the Tyrese Halliburton bucket late that forced overtime where they win, and now it's a 39-point explosion from Siakam in Game 2. Meanwhile, New York knows that they are backed up against the wall. Karl Anthony Towns, who sat in the 4th, with some thoughts on where the Knicks now are.
I mean, we're just putting ourselves in a deficit. Told you how we can't keep doing that. It's not gonna. It's not every time we're gonna be able to fight back and find ourselves with a win. So, you know, just gotta execute, be more disciplined.
Well, I guess what's not happening defensively that's allowing teams to get through after the quick start. What are you seeing?
You know, we're just not executing enough. And I told y'all, you know, execute. It comes down to execution, and we're just not doing enough of that.
That team obviously plays fast, and some of the talking points coming in is the physical fatigue that it comes with playing with them. But is there a mental fatigue too in terms of the sharpness you have to be for 48 minutes going against a group that seems to kind of be pretty steady throughout the whole game?
I mean, I think that's for everybody. You know, you're in the playoffs this year. One of the last 4 teams, you expect everyone to be great, especially if you make the playoffs. So we're just not executing enough.
What's the mindset when you're down 0-2, and obviously history says 93% of teams that are up 2-0?
Nah, don't worry about that. I told you about that with the word history. I'm not here to repeat it. We're here to make it. So if I've learned anything, especially last year, as quick as you win 2 games is as quick as you can lose 2 games. So, you know, just bank on my experience, and you know, we just got to execute at a higher level.
Are they jumping on you early in the 4th with that double big lineup? It seems like they're going to be the spacing that they're able to get to when they bring you guys down low is maybe giving you a little bit of a hard time. Are you seeing a different kind of look when they're spacing their bigs down low?
I got to watch the tape. So I can have a good answer for that. But as of right now, you know, when I watch the tape, I have a better idea.
You think you and Mitch together give you guys a good shot at slowing them down and then combating what it is that they do out there?
We just got to do whatever it takes to win. Simple.
Monica McNutt joins us now from the Garden. I'm going to get to the Knicks side of this in a minute. You've been courtside throughout with this team, so you've seen plenty of great performances from them and from opponents. We see a 39-point explosion from Pascal Siakam. He joined me earlier. That man was calm, cool, collected, all business. He was unimpressed. What did he do that impressed you this evening, Monica?
I think his poise, Scott, like he just comes into the basketball game so confident. There was so much ease about him. I didn't think that he played poorly in game one, but coming into this one, he was my X factor because he's capable of the night like he had tonight. He's the guy that can score at all three levels. He can be aggressive and disruptive on the defensive end. He has versatility, and Rick Carlisle has been effusive about him in terms of him being a guy that you give him a few practices with any team, and he has such a cerebral game that he's going to be able to fit in and make a positive impact, and I think you saw that here tonight.
Jalen Brunson had big numbers again, but it comes down, as Karl Anthony Towns was just alluding to execution down the stretch. And, make-miss league, yeah, always has been, always will be. But it feels like Indiana is just better at executing in the clutch moments than New York has been thus far. You're shaking your head. You seeing the same things?
Yeah. Yeah, I am seeing that, SEP, and it's interesting because coming off the Boston series where so many games were decided by clutch, you look at the Knicks, they're 6-3, or coming into tonight at least, they were 6-3 in clutch time performances. Yes, the headline was the big shots, but you also had clutch defensive performances late, and they have not been able to push that button when it matters in terms of the defense that allowed them to close the games in the previous series versus the Boston Celtics. And listen, credit the Indiana Pacers. They have the perfect set of guys around Tyrese Halliburton who makes excellent decisions. Collapse the defense, spray to your shooters are knocking down shots.
It's Friday night, and the Guards, I don't know how long it took on the Jumbotron to show all the people that are in the building. There might have been some stars that didn't make the cut and left there upset. But this is a city that doesn't blink. It's not easily shook. But I'm asking, Monica, as folks are leaving there down 2 after just losing these two, first time that's ever happened, general mood of the building.
All right, so just quick story, and perhaps this is just my experience, but I'll share it. I have to come down the stairs from my radio position to get down court to do post-game stuff. And so I always have to come downstairs. Excuse me, guys, can I get to the post-game show? Can I get to the post-game show? Fans are great. They're like, Monica, let her through. Knicks in 6 chant broke out. And I don't know if that is optimism, delusion, confidence, but I do still believe there's a strong sect of this fan base, as you heard from Karl Anthony Towns, that believes, look, people didn't think they were going to get past Boston. So you just got to go out there and play the games in Indy coming up this weekend.
Well, and they've been excellent on the road throughout in Detroit and in Boston. And so, look, they got no choice now. They've got to be coming up this weekend going to Indiana. Yeah. Monica, I appreciate your time. It's great to visit. Be well until I talk to you again, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. Knicks in 6 tonight, East Coast. This Indiana Pacer team leads